Some of my favorite topics to cover on this channel are those stories that show real-world adoption of Ripple's technology and XRP in general, and I've got a really cool one for you here today. Before we get going here, well, two things actually. First of all, I always say this towards the beginning of videos. If you would be willing to give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing, I definitely really appreciate it. But I was thinking earlier today, as I was driving, that in my very first video, which I started this channel is mid-December, so it's been a little over 3 months since I started this channel. And other than when I've been sick, I've actually been posting regular content. But I remember stating in my very first video, because I was just getting the channel going, I said something to the effect of, I don't know exactly what the upload schedule is going to be. I don't know how frequently I'm going to be making videos. I'll figure that out, and then I'll move forward and let you guys know. And rather than let you know, I just kind of moved forward. I guess part of the reason is I never completely made up my mind on what that might look like. But I thought I'd just take a moment out of this video just to tell you what my goal is here, so that you know what to expect from me. And I think it's something that I can do perpetually unless something weird changes in my life. But what I've been doing is what I'm going to continue to do, which is essentially I've been striving to make a minimum of 3 videos per week, sometimes upwards of 5 though. So anywhere from 3 to 5 has been normal for me. And I've been doing that Monday through Friday, taking off Saturdays and Sundays. So I just thought, since my very first video, I was like, I'll let you guys know what I think I'm going to do, and then I didn't, and it's been 3 months. So I thought I'd just mention that real quick. So that's all I had to say on that. But seriously, I do want to also say thank you so much to everybody that keeps watching these videos. There's so many good content providers in the crypto space, and in particular in the XRP space, and lots of people that know all sorts of stuff. And the fact that you guys take time out of your day to listen to me, it really does mean something to me. So genuine thank you from me. So let's get into the content here. Mercury FX CEO. We're sending tens of thousands of dollars weekly through XRP. And if you've been in the crypto XRP space for any amount of time, you've probably heard this company's name over and over and over again, with Mercury FX being one of the earliest adopters of Ripple's XRP technology, which uses XRP as a bridge currency for cross-border payments. So out of this whole story, it's a really awesome read, and I encourage you to read it after this video. But if you don't want to, there's just a few segments that I want to try and catch here to read to you, just a few little parts of it. Where's the first part I was looking for? I think I'll start with this one. And this is a comment from Mercury FX CEO Alastair Constance. I'm not sure if I'm saying that first name right, but Alastair Constance is my best guess. Okay, so he wrote, "We are steaming ahead, to be honest, and we are looking for more jurisdictions and more flow to the jurisdictions we've already opened up," he said, adding, "We are working very closely with Mexico and the Philippines on opening up new channels. We're very keen to move very fast, but it's difficult when you're building a new network." And this is really neat to see, because this company existed, of course, prior to the Ripple doing its thing, and approached them about using XRP and XRP. And this company, this CEO of Mercury FX, saw the potential and has notably changed the route, the path that his company was forging in terms of growth. Whatever they would have done, whatever moves they would have made as a business CEO and any other executives on his team, it's changed. It's changed because of the technology that Ripple created. Now they're talking about building a new network. And what's the coolest thing in reading through all of this? Spoils go to them. I hope they're the victor. Spoils to the victor. And it's one of those things where having the guts to move forward like this, and then having such minimal competition using this technology in the early days, which that's now, we're in the early days, it's going to give them such a tremendous opportunity to just blow up like crazy. But eventually, there will be more people entering the space using this type of technology, using XRP as a bridge currency for cross-border payments, and at some point it will be harder to take hold here. Right, where's the other couple parts I want to read? It might have been towards the end of this piece. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I should have just highlighted this for you. Okay, I did like this piece. Once the pipe is open, there's no limit to how much one can put through it. We are actively marketing with Ripple to try to invite those kinds of clients, and he's referencing the new payment channels. And I think with increasing success, it could be that we have serious amounts of luck and we end up doing hundreds of thousands, millions, tens of millions of dollars, he told Decrypt. Decrypt Media is the site that I'm on. So he just sees this like the opening of Pandora's box, essentially. You know, he's just creating the demand. All of these types of transactions that previously wouldn't exist because of, well, both the fee structure that would be necessary because of all the manual labor that it takes to actually facilitate these transactions, and then just all the lack of inefficiency. But now he sees a world where there's going to be a whole lot more opportunity and a whole lot more transactions, which means well, probably really good things for his company, one would think, no? He also stated, the CEO of Mercury FX stated that while emerging markets are the main focus point for Mercury FX right now, Constant said he would like to bring XRapid transfers to its main customers in South Africa and Hong Kong in the future. He outlined that it would begin by presenting them with two options to transfer their fiat money, with the back-end process being either a blockchain-based service or a normal service via SWIFT. This comparison would show the difference in transfer fees and time between the two services, allowing more intrepid customers to try out the new XRP-based service. And that's what they need. They need to be able to just make their own choice, present the two options. Because I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's a no-brainer. If it really provides a better service at a better price, a better customer experience, what do you think businesses by and large will be using? It just takes time for adoption, and some people are more willing, more likely to dip their toe in the water before others, and that's the way the world will always be. I suppose that's fine. So it's really cool to see. It's just, I don't know how long it's going to take for mass adoption of this technology, but it's coming. That's my personal opinion. And that's why I'm happy to hold XRP. One of the reasons, of course, XRP being a decentralized cryptocurrency, there are all sorts of developers using it for all sorts of things, which I think can drive value over time. But with Ripple being the strongest cheerleader for XRP at this point, I love seeing this type of adoption as an XRP holder. It's not financial advice, but I think that the more you see companies like Mercury FX having success, driving demand, using XRP, the more that word gets out, the more people like me, and maybe like you if you feel the same I do, if you happen to, the more people are going to want to hold XRP because they know that businesses need to use it. And that's what's interesting about this whole cycle of investment. It's essentially, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, which I think is the coolest thing, because it is in actuality working. This is why people are holding XRP. It's why I'm holding XRP. One of the reasons anyway. And it's just the coolest thing to me. Next, check this out. This is from Hodor's blog. And I'm only going to cover one little part of this because you guys need to hear this warning. It was a good blog, and you should read the whole thing. You should always read every blog from Hodor. He's a very talented writer, and covers good stuff pertaining to Ripple and XRP. And he was talking about scams in the crypto space, and even Ripple was kind of warning about some of them. But he gets to this one. This is one that's occurring right now. And so he had just finished in his blog talking about the whole BitConnect fiasco, which was just terrible, and people just lost entire life savings on that terrible scam. And I hadn't heard of this, but I'm glad that he put it out there. Not that I would have thrown money into this anyway, because all I do is just buy XRP and sit on it. I don't do anything else with it, really. Me personally, currently anyway. But he titled this piece within his blog, "The Arbitrage Bot Targets XRP Community." Okay? And so there's a little logo on the screen here if you're looking right now. And he actually went ahead and scribbled out some of the information because he didn't want to accidentally spread word or like make the scam worse, which is respectable, of course. But he wrote that the sales pitch is very reminiscent of BitConnect, and it goes something like this. 1, send us your XRP. 2, we will pay out a phenomenal return on your interest. And then he goes on to write, it's that simple, and the daily returns discussed by the channel's owners are big enough to draw interest and yet small enough to seem reasonable for those of us in crypto that are semi-familiar with technologies like bot trading. And then he goes on to point out the warning signs that they saw. And then this is Mr. H on Twitter here, at Mr_HVD, who I follow on Twitter. And he tweeted this out. And he tweeted this out in January. I just didn't see it. I've been missing this story, apparently. So I'm glad Hodor is pointing this out so I can try and share it with you, because I hate scammers. But anyway, Mr. H here wrote, "So again, it is completely unsustainable to maintain this while having a 5% daily payout unless they use the funds they receive from new investors to pay off the people that have been investing. They will need new investors to maintain the scam, not arbitrage opportunities." And that's what we call a Ponzi scheme. So, yikes. Yeah, just watch out for it, be aware of it, and be careful. Just be careful out there. I'm trusting that, given the response the XRP's community has had about this, including Hodor, I suspect it likely is a scam. I haven't done additional research myself, but I just want to get the word out there. So, like, if you're even thinking about using this thing or you're in it, just maybe triple check it just to make sure it's okay, because it's probably not. Last piece here, and this is just a fun thing. It's not about Ripple or XRP. From CoinDesk, CoinMarketCap crypto indices launch on NASDAQ, Bloomberg, Reuters. And the reason I wanted to share this with you is because it's more real-world adoption. It's cementing crypto, the asset class as a whole. It's cementing it as something it genuinely is here to stay. And so the first piece here, I'm not going to read this as I never would, but the top part of the article reads, "Two cryptocurrency benchmark indices from data provider CoinMarketCap will launch today on financial data feeds from NASDAQ Global Index Data Service, GIDS, Bloomberg Terminal, Thomson Reuters, Icon Refinitiv, and Germany's Börse Stuttgart, as well as on its own platform." And I love little tidbits like this. There's these little things that you see occur over time. And, there will come a day. I understand that people don't get cryptocurrency. A lot of just by and large, the masses, they don't understand it. Not just from a technological perspective, but why would people use this instead of other currencies? What businesses can exist that otherwise wouldn't be able to exist? Like, people just don't get this right now. And especially with the volatility that you saw the last bull run running up in December of 2017, it's no wonder that people are spooked. This is not surprising to me in the least. But what I would posit to you is that this is a natural cycle, because this is new technology. We understand now. There's been case studies in the past. We understand how humans behave in marketplaces when there's new technology. You don't have to look any further than a fairly recent bubble called the .com boom and bust. What happened there? It was people were just putting money into everything that had a website or was internet based, essentially. And it's the same type of thing here. But the point I wanted to make here is there will be a day. I don't know what day it's going to be. I'm willing to bet that day will end with the letter Y. But I'm not going to make a prediction beyond that. But when that day comes, cryptocurrency, it's just going to be assumed to be a part of everybody's portfolio, just like you diversify. And, whether you're just mutual funds, you got your 401k, you've got your real estate, maybe you're into gold, whatever. I think that what you're going to see from financial advisors as this passes, and certainly not financial advice for me, but I think what you're going to see is that people will be like, yeah, of course, even if it's decades from now, however long it takes, I don't care. There will come a day where it's just going to be assumed that, well, yeah, of course you've got some cryptocurrency in your portfolio, and I suspect it won't be nearly as volatile at that point, because people stop freaking out over the technology eventually. It'll just become part of life, and we'll see how things unfold, and there will be a whole lot more use cases that we haven't even dreamt up yet that are possible thanks to decentralized digital assets. And so I look forward to continuing to see everything unfold. And man, I wish I could just see what things look like another 5-10 years in the future, because I bet even by then it's going to look a lot different. And I kind of hope that by then you start to see some less volatility in the cryptocurrency asset class by then. But we'll see. So that's all I got for you today, guys. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write, because that would be a very, very, very bad idea.